Women after 25 start wanting big ticket items that men can't afford and don't want to invest in. So this is why men say that women hit the wall after 25, because after 25, women start to want to settle down. They want to start to get a house in the suburbs. They want to start getting luxury vehicles. They want to start settling down, getting married, maybe starting to have kids at a certain point, or at least looking to it. And up until the age of 25, men can't really impress women with their finances if they're close to the same age. So if you're dating a 25-year-old and you're a 25-year-old, how's he supposed to impress you when you're ready to move to the suburbs, retire, and start having babies when he's barely entering into his career making 4 or 5 figures? So they tend to want to date younger because they can afford younger. And instead of, finding other streams of income or ways to make more money, they just tell the woman that they're not all that after the age of 25 because they can't afford them after the age of 25, and they cannot impress them after the age of 25 like an older man can. Because once a woman gets 25, she can literally date pretty much a 45-year-old, a 50-year-old, and get all bills paid, be on vacation, shopping and sipping while this dude is still in the bars picking up 20-year-olds and impressing her by taking her to the movies. So it's very different when it comes to women. We have a biological clock, and therefore we're trying to move along ahead faster than these men are, and faster than their pockets are able to. Okay?
Do men really love peace, or just women who won't challenge them?
I think men want peace and women have to learn how to challenge.
Break that down. I don't understand.
I think that a lot of women challenge men in a way that is not effective or conducive to the result that they want. I think a lot of women struggle to regulate their own emotion, and because they're dysregulated, they're lashing out and reactive instead of responding. Whereas a woman that is just challenging, I think I challenge Brock all the time. And I'm not saying that it's the right way. I'm just saying this is a way that works for us. But the way that I challenge him is, may I share something with you? Or can I ask you a question? Or do you have time for a quick, whatever it could possibly be? And sometimes that comes with a challenge, and sometimes it comes with a goofy question, and sometimes it comes with love, and sometimes, it's all of the different things, but none of it comes with condescension. None of it comes with disrespect. None of it comes loud or in a crazy tone, or when I start doing it doesn't come with that. I feel like women get into their emotions and they forget who they're talking to. Which brings me to this point, and I saw this video and I was like, dang, that's so deep. Why is it that we will go to work and we will be the best person we could possibly be for strangers, but then we come home and we treat the person we love the most like crap? We don't talk to them all day. We don't have patience anymore. We don't have any energy for them. But when you were just at work, you were smiling so hard for Tom, hand high-fiving, hugging, laughing, smiling, but you get home and it's like, man, I just don't feel like today. We have to be mindful of who we are talking to. That person that's in the house with you is that person that you should value the most. And sometimes that's hard, by the way. That's just the reality of it. But that's the work. Relationships be teaching, man. Let me tell you.
Modern women are going to have to start learning that a pretty face does not cancel out disrespect. It doesn't cancel out instability. It does not cancel out entitlement. You're still entitled, and a man does not want to be bothered with that. You're rude, you're entitled, and you're disrespectful. Get the heck out of my face.
A man's job is to protect his woman. Simple. So why would you be okay with her putting herself in an environment full of drunk men, alcohol, and attention? Protection isn't just physical. It's what you allow, what you tolerate, and how you lead. Bars, clubs, nightlife, those places are built for temptation, attention, validation, lowered inhibitions. That is the reality, okay? It's not just about going out and having fun. And whether people want to admit it or not, when you step into that, you're stepping into an energy that doesn't belong in a relationship unless you guys are together. That slowly chips away at the trust and the respect and loyalty that you have. Every time she needs that spotlight, she's pulling energy away from the relationship. And let's flip it on the men, okay? Shall we? If you're encouraging it or brushing it off like, you know what, I trust her, you might, but you're still putting her in the environment. You know what comes with it. Ladies, ask yourself, is that quick hit of validation worth a long-term hit to respect? And men, lead a little bit better. Protect your woman, protect the relationship. Stop acting like girls' night out is nothing. It always costs something. And before you come at me, because I know you're going to, I'm talking about the rule, not the exception, okay? And I'm specifically talking about bars, clubs, and nightlife scenes, not a restaurant or a coffee shop or a nursery.
And you have a lot of these people out here that are on dating apps that are looking for attention. But what you see, and this is what's throwing a lot of modern women off, is that men saying, I'm not going for attention. I'm going for your conduct. I'm looking at your behavior.
Stop playing stupid when your man wants a divorce and I don't know why I'm the victim. It must be another woman. You ain't fooling nobody. I'm a chick too. I've been scrolling through TikTok last night and I can hear a woman. And I hear, we've been together for 30 years. We're a week from moving into our retirement house that we built. Everything's paid off. Like, he hit me with, I want a divorce. I'm in shock. I've never been in shock. I beg, I plead, I screamed, I cried, and he wants nothing to do with me. Can you imagine if you built this whole ass life together, everything's paid off, you're retired? You built your dream house and he wants to leave you. I can tell you right now what she did. I want this, I want that, bitch. That's what the you did. You didn't give a fuck about his burdens. You didn't give a fuck about his feelings. You complained, you whined, and you drove the man up a tree to the point where he had no way out. Women will divorce you for next to nothing. When a man puts a ring on your finger, he loves you more than anything in the world. It is unconditional. For a man to ask for a divorce, you had to have put that man through some.
You know, a lot of these modern women have said that men have stopped trying. But if you really look at it for what it is deeply, what has happened is that men have started asking questions on whether the disrespect is really worth the effort. Is me going out and spending all this money on this woman who can't even bother to act like she likes me for the next couple of hours really worth me spending my time, my energy, my money? Is it really worth it?
Would you go ahead and would you go ahead and just
This shit is dead ass rage bait, bro. This can't be real. You are definitely his lesson, babe. Don't feel sorry for cheating on him.
43,000 fucking likes.
This shit has got to be a joke, bro. Is this an inside joke
That we're not inside on?
100 women?
Versus one accountability.
Please show me a time where accountability has won.
Ever.
You see how the other women in the comments are reinforcing the fact that it's not her fault, and she's starting to believe, oh, it's really not my fault.
It's his fault that I cheated.
Get the out of here, bro. I'm not even gonna let myself get mad at this shit. This is ChatGPT, bro.
This is Claude talking to ChatGPT and Grok. These are bots.
I read so many of these
Comments, I'm starting to believe that it wasn't her fault, bro.
Maybe it really was his fault that she cheated on him. Maybe he just wasn't good enough.
And she needed to explore her options, bro.
Send us back to the Stone Ages, bro. We need to go back to medieval times when nobody had social media. This is corrupting y'all minds. Everybody got the most unrealistic expectations about relationships in life because they see like Ruby Rose and Ash Cash
Talking about how they get everything paid for, free Gucci, free Louis, but not Ruby Rose.
I'm sorry to break it to you. Somebody has got to be a regular person, and social media got y'all minds up thinking that each and every single one of y'all
Kim Kardashian. No.
And modern women continue to try to force men because they keep on saying men try to force them into a bad deal. But it's actually, in a lot of these situations, it's reverse. Modern women are upset. Oh, you know, you're bitter. You're this. No, I'm not bitter. I just see what you're doing. I got a clear understanding. I got a clear grasp on what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me take a bad deal. You're trying to make me be happy about always getting the short end of the stick. And I'm not doing it.
The male brain is constantly running prevention software. And I think a lot of women, we mistake that for negativity because a man can hear one story and immediately he starts running different scenarios. For example, let's say a friend gets divorced. His brain starts running software. A friend loses his business. His brain starts running software. A friend loses access to his kids. that man's brain is gonna start running software. And women, we hear this and we automatically think, why are you always thinking about the worst case scenario? But that's not what the man is doing. He's trying to learn a lesson without paying the full price for it. The thing is, a lot of men spend their entire lives asking one question. And that is the most important question. What would I do if that happened to me? Because men understand something. Some lessons are much too expensive to learn firsthand. So when a man hears a story, he's gonna start looking at the patterns. He starts looking for risks. He starts looking for decisions. And he starts looking for consequences. And it's not because he's expecting the worst case scenario.
Listen, I know you're upset, but I want you to try to understand where he's coming from. Because when he shared those things with you, it was because he felt like he was safe with you. Oh yeah, men want to feel safe too now. And I'm not talking about in a sense of physically fighting for him. I'm talking about fighting to protect his heart. And sometimes the main person that you have to fight is yourself. Because you can't turn those things on him when you get mad at him. Especially when it's hard enough for most men to share their feelings. When he comes out and says that he has trauma from growing up. You know, things like his mother made him be the man of the house because his mother's man wasn't there. And neither was his father. He couldn't cry when he was young. His mom used to punch him in the chest and tell him to toughen up. Maybe he was 7. And it still went on when he was 14 and 15. And then this young man goes out into the world. Not even a man yet, but feeling like he has to be. He can't show when he's sad. He can't show when he's disappointed, when he's feeling anxious, upset in any way, unless he's mad. Oh, then we tell him to fight. Then we tell him he has to have his back, have his brothers and sisters' back, gotta have his mother's back, and anybody else, when he couldn't even have his own back and talk about how he really felt about anything. But he shared all that with you, and the moment you get pissed off, you throw that in his face. You tell him he needs to heal. Baby, you need to heal. Because only an unhealed person would do something as sad as that. Just think.
So a lot of these modern women don't really understand that you can't treat a man like an option. And then when that man decides, oh, I'm an option to you, right? And he chooses himself, or he decides to go and choose somebody else, that's not you. You get mad at that. But you shouldn't be mad because you were sitting up there trying to waste his time. Oh, and you have modern women out here laughing. Oh, he, ha, ha. I put him on a roster. I got a roster of about 5 men. Oh, okay. And when that roster needs to come in handy, all of a sudden they done gone ghost and you can't find him. It's because at some point in time they figured out you was playing around and they decided to go do their own thing.
If she says she's only been with 4 or 5 guys, just triple that number. And remember, it's probably more than that, okay? But she swears she never cheated. Yeah, but in her mind, it just means that she didn't get railed behind your back. She conveniently blanks out all the emotional cheating that happened. The flirty text, the we're just friends with dudes that she was probably way too close with. And let's be real, the physical, it probably happened too, okay? But why? Why do girls do this? Straight fear, my darling. Straight fear. They know you guys judge body count hard. They know if they give the real number, it will kill the attraction, make you question if she's actually loyal or wonder if she's wife material at all. So instead of honesty, they'll soften it, downplay the out of it, and leave out huge chunks. And it's not always because they're just evil liars. No, a lot of the time it's just insecurity, shame, or maybe panic about getting rejected. But honestly, downplaying their past is still manipulation. They're still controlling the narrative so they look better in your eyes. That's exactly why so many dudes end up blindsided later. It's because they never got the full truth since day one. If her stories don't add up with how she acts, and if the details keep changing every time you ask, then you need to pay attention because patterns never lie.
And what a lot of these modern women try to do is point the man's vision and direction towards a slogan. Happy wife, happy life. That type of stuff. When a man says, that's a nice slogan. Oh, you got to do the honeydews. Honeydew this, honeydew that. had a man, kind of making a joke about that. She wants me to do this and she wants me to do that. After coming home from work, I got to do all of this after I come home from work. Thinking about another man that actually had to do that. 2 of them actually had to do that. Don't want to do that. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Another stupid slogan. We're not going for that. Stop doing. I'm looking at how you're going to act. And if you act silly, then there's not going to be a relationship.
My husband's toxic trait is that anytime I have a problem, instead of him just taking accountability, he will flip it. I have started to talk to him like a therapist. Yesterday, it happened. And I said something and he said, well, you do this, this, and this. Okay. I literally walked away. He was like, what? You don't want to talk about it? I said, no, you're showing a lack of emotional intelligence. This morning, he sat right next to me right there. He's like, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. You're right. I wasn't being fair to you, and that's not nice. And I apologize, and I'm taking accountability. And what's crazy is all that I had a problem with is how late he's been going to bed lately. And it's been due to work. But I'm also like, you have a great work-life balance. You are just doing this late at night because you choose to do that.
When men realize that they're in a marriage or a long-term relationship with a woman like this, they realize that sometimes it's just not worth it. And it is not because she doesn't have a valid point, because when she brings up a topic that is bothering her, she should be able to communicate about that without him getting defensive and talking about whatever else is making him feel the same thing with her. However, the fact that she's spilling all of this information about their marriage out into the internet on her platform where she has millions of followers says something. And it's not even just the information, it is the literal mocking of this man. And lastly, the other problem I see is the exact issue that she's having with him, and that is him going to bed too late. To me, that just sounds a tad bit controlling, but what do you guys think?
The provider conversation gets a little bit murky, I think, when people, a lot of people, modern women, they want the man to put in the work, but they don't want to give him anything in return, right? They don't want to admit, hey, maybe I should be a good person and repay this man for certain things, right? And we're not even talking about giving your body to the man and, oh, he expects this from me. I think at some point in time, if you ask somebody, especially to do something pretty significant for you, you should probably say, okay, at some point in time, I probably need to show my appreciation by not only saying thank you, but also trying to figure out a way to give back to them.
Just for research purposes, is anyone actually in a healthy relationship where your man is not lusting over other women? He actually wants to make your life easier, isn't liking thirst traps of girls.
Okay, this might be a little too specific and you can't have mine, but find yourself a guy that's just a little bit on the spectrum, okay? To where you can tell, you don't need him tested, but you can tell. And number 2, this might be controversial and again, very specific, but find yourself a guy who is, yes, divorced, but his previous wife stabbed him. Hear me out.
Well, that was extreme. I mean, divorced, yes. I feel like finding a man that's been divorced, I feel like a lot of women just immediately exclude those men. But a lot of them are amazing men. They were just in the wrong relationship for whatever reason.
His tolerance for crazy is so freaking high that you can be down here. You can be a certain level of crazy.
Yeah, but if you find a man that understanding, please don't take advantage of it. Try to work on any imperfections you have or issues. And I know she's making a joke, that's why I'm trying to not take it too seriously, but I feel like there might be some women out there that take this to some extreme level. If that man's been through some crap from his last marriage, please do not put him through more. There's some men who have been through so much, it's like, I'm amazed that they're able to get up in the morning and be nice and exist somewhat normally because of what they've been through. And I commend those men because it's a lot.
Amend this, didn't amend that. Man. Let's just blame man and take no accountability because it's a man's fault.
But didn't a man make you a single mother? Didn't he leave you with a broken home? Didn't a man leave you high and dry with those babies? No, actually, no. Nobody made me anything. See, that is what I find to be so interesting. The idea that anything that has happened to me is automatically a man's fault. Let me explain something to you, because this is something that I used to hear often on that Bird app. And if this channel was, or if this account was to get bigger, I'm going to hear it here too. So let's go ahead and get in front of it now. Nobody made me anything. There is not a single circumstance that I am not currently sitting in and living in that I was not a willing participant in. Every decision, even though I could say in hindsight, I didn't fully understand certain things back then, I was still a willing participant in my life. Right. I still made poor decisions. I still did things I wasn't supposed to do. And now I sit in my circumstances, or I sit in certain consequences, and I sit in where I am in life now. And I look back and I absolutely see where I dropped the ball and where I made mistakes and where I made poor decisions. And I have to take that on the chin and just keep moving through my life, because I am no one's victim.
And even though speaking to some of the stuff that modern women go through and some of the stuff that they do, they make it seem like men hate women and men don't. Well, say for instance, single mothers. Oh, you hate single moms. Not really. Not really. It's just that I don't want to be, and this is what you listen to what I'm telling you. I respect you. I respect your grind. I respect your hustle. Definitely respect you taking care of your kids and all that stuff. I just don't want the responsibility. I don't want the stuff that comes with it. And that's okay. Well, you're not a man if I am a man, but I don't want that responsibility, and that's okay. Number one. Number two, I know you're going to put me as last priority. And if I'm putting somebody as first priority, not only them, but also the people that come with them, their kids, and I'm always last priority, you're never going to break this bond. But you put as first priority. Most people are going to have a problem with that. Most people are going to say, man, you know, what am I even getting into a relationship for if I'm always going to be third, fourth wheel, and I got to put somebody first and second?